Hi guys, and welcome to the Virgo full moon report, which is occurring on March 7, 2023. This video is for all signs of the Zodiac. We're going to take a deep dive and have a look at the chart and what aspects are going on in the skies that may be affecting us here at this time of the full moon lunation. It's going to be a doozy. Let's go. Hi guys. So here's the chart for the Virgo full moon. As you can see, it's loaded with aspects, meaning there's lots of planetary movement and lots of talking to one another in the sky at this time. So grassroots, full moon, Virgo. Full moons, culminations, completions, successful endings, cycles have now come to a completion and we're ready to graduate, move on, level up and move forward. If there's ever a time for no BS, this is it. Virgo is all about facts, figures, analytics. I want dialogue. I need information that is going to advance me moving forward. How do I sustain that? So there's no head in the sands here because a full moon being light, bright, it's very visual, it's very obvious, it's something is reflected back to us, and it's usually something that is fact and detail oriented when it's in the full moon of Virgo. So no hiding here from reality. We can no longer ignore what is reflected back to us. So if you feel like you've got a bad taste in your mouth, you're not happy with the health or your physical body, this could be a time when we want to be a little less critical or a little less harsh on ourselves, because Virgo can be like that at times. But we may need to be aware that our feelings and emotions might be firing on all cylinders about, I want to throw the baby out with the bathwater. I want to totally recalibrate here. I just need to get everything on point and perfect. We're not designed like that, so take it easy when there's a full moon in Virgo. So a full moon's occurring at 16 degrees here, 40 minutes, and we've got the sun in Pisces at 16 degrees, 40 minutes. Also, a stellium occurring in Pisces. You can see Saturn's at 0 degrees, just ingressed into the sign. Mercury's here and Neptune's here. Stellium, so there is an amplification of all things Piscean. And because it's the opposite of the full moon, this could involve other people or other people being quite dominant at this time in regards to what we're actually dealing with in our realities and our physical worlds, how other people may be part of that and be reflecting something back to us that you may feel like, I don't feel like I'm getting all the details here. I don't have all the information at this time to move forward confidently. Something seems to be distorted or off here. And you wouldn't be wrong in thinking that, because Pisces has that illusionary feeling about it. Nothing seems quite reachable or grabbable or tangible. So it can be a frustrating full moon lunation when it's in Virgo, with all this stellium occurring in the sign of Pisces. So take it easy. We don't want to tear ourselves apart or other people apart because things aren't exactly falling into line. For me, it seems like almost like a new year energy, where here's all the facts and figures, here's the details, here's the data, how are we tracking, how are we progressing, how are we moving along. This could feel like a starting point again, or things illuminated that loudly on how things aren't tracking the way we wanted. Our idealisms could be a little bit shattered here when the full moon's in Virgo. So Mars in Gemini is squaring this moon. So we could feel like we're split in two. We don't feel like we're making choices or actually accelerating moving forward as we would like. So there could be some frustration here. Something about this full moon's giving us information how our plans aren't going the way we probably hoped, or we don't feel like we are firing on all cylinders when it comes to our mental capacity with that Mercury in Pisces, Mars in Gemini. It could be a little bit like we're lost. We can't quite put our finger on it at the moment. So just be aware of this energy not being completely Virgoan, if you will. Jupiter and Venus are in the sign of Aries. This is not a bad combination considering Venus is all about harmony. So, what are we trying to create? Harmony and possibly bring more stability and self value to ourselves and what we're trying to build or initiate at this time. And Jupiter here is saying, yeah, well, let's look at those. Let's look at the details here. What can we move forward on? And how can we harmoniously make things happen and come to fruition when we're looking at the full moon energy itself? And if we aren't quite there yet, let's just recalibrate. Let's just take a step back, work with what we've got in front of us, and then move forward day by day. And that's all we really can do. Because of that stellium again in Pisces, we could feel a little bit pulled back or a little bit restrained, if you will, energetically. Uranus in Taurus is trining this moon, so this could be a nice breakthrough in looking at things differently about our everyday lives when it comes to our works, our health, our diets. Even food could be quite loud or amplified on the world stage as well. So a full moon in Virgo, if there's ever a time to look into a mirror or have something reflect back to us where we are totally criticizing and pulling things apart detail by detail, minute by minute, this could be the moment where we are possibly looping a little bit, holding on to something that hasn't come to into our realities that could be frustrating us. And again, I've already disclosed why with all that stellium in Pisces. So take it easy here. So we've also got a square from the Sun to Mars in Gemini, Sun in Pisces. So again, frustration in details and movement with the mind. So just an awareness there. There could be tensions there with communication with people or possibly red tape, paperwork, etc. Also, possibly a family could be highlighted here and difficulties with siblings, cousins, or people that we consider close family. But the full moon lunation, all in all, is there to remind us of this is the checking in point, and Virgo's all about checking in. What are the results? Where are we at? So the conflicting energies that are associated with the aspects of the planets need to be considered in as much as we're not feeling completely grounded, stable, all yin, receptive and earthy and sensual at this time. Why is that? Because of all the other activity at this time in this chart. But it's a full moon, nevertheless. It's time to go outside, anchor ourselves in underneath the lunation, thank and have gratitude for the wisdom that the last lunation has brought to us in the full moon in Virgo, and anchoring us in as much as looking at details, facts and figures on how we can move forward and sustain something in the future that is more in line with making our bodies, our worlds, our everyday activities more in line with our bliss, our high frequencies and energies. Enjoy the Virgo full moon. Thank you for sharing and subscribing. And if you'd like a consultation with me, I can be contacted at the email of diamondsinthesky@yahoo.com. So let's dive in now to how this full moon lunation may be affecting your sign this month. Okay, Pisces, this lunation's occurring in your seventh house. So you may be dealing with a completion or a significant ending or culmination when it comes to a partnership, a relationship, or possibly even a contract at this time. So have a look where you feel like you may need to move on, or understand at this time, are you really in the space where you want to be with other people or a significant other? I hope you enjoy this lunation, Pisces. Your seventh house is lit up. So for Aquarius, this is occurring in your eighth house. So, something obvious here in regards to your finances and resources attached to other people, or something that may be weighing you down or holding you back that you would like to remove from your space. This also is the place where you may be dealing with a death of a contract or severing a financial commitment as well is highlighted when it is a full moon lunation in your eighth house. Enjoy this full moon in Virgo Aquarius. For Capricorn, this full moon is lighting up your ninth house. So something about world travel, foreign correspondence, maybe on the table, possibly your philosophy on life, something you may be trumpeting or heralding in regards to your beliefs or your world views may be very loud or prominent at this time of the lunation. But I wouldn't be surprised if you are wrapping up and completing something in regards to traveling or something long distance that is coming to a head or that you may be ready to embark on. So enjoy that lunation, Capricorn. Okay, Sagittarius, this lunation is occurring in your 10th house. So something quite prominent on the world stage, your status, your name, you're very visual at this time, or your workplace or what you do in the world professionally is highlighted on the 7th of March. So you may be hitting accolades, achievements, having some sort of recognition, or moving on from something professionally where you feel like it's not in line with you anymore and you're ready to move on to something completely different when it comes to your professional life. Enjoy that lunation, Sagittarius. Scorpio, this lunation's occurring in your 11th. So, something about your friendships, people that you consider friends, you may be having almost a purging or a releasing or letting go of a significant organization or group that you're associated with. Possibly even your dreams and aspirations might get a check in point here. Has something come to fruition? And if it's not, how do I move forward and make my dreams a reality at this time of the lunation? So, friendships, group associations, dreams, and aspirations are all on the table for you to weigh up at this time, Scorpio. Libra, this is occurring in your 12th house. Full moon in your 12th house speaks loudly to something that you'd like to graduate from in regards to things that you've been dealing with behind the scenes. You might be ready to bring something out into the public at this time, or ready to drop something that you've been weighed down or anchored in for some time on a psychological space. So you might be really ready to shed your skin, move on, and level up when it comes to things that aren't very visual in the world. You may also have a creative pursuit or a creative streak that you're now ready to embrace with open arms and have the strength and courage to bring it out in the public eye. Enjoy that lunation, Libra. Virgo, this lunation is occurring in your first house, so it's all about your health, your identity in the world, your personality and character. So something is changing here for you on a very personal level. You might be aware that I'm beginning something new in my world. I'd like to change something up, or something that you thought was part of your world or your future moving forward may now come to light that it is moving away or moving on from your experience. So it's all about going solo here when the full moon lunation is in your first house. A brand new slate, if you will, for you, Virgo. Enjoy that lunation. Leo, this lunation is occurring in your second house of finances, resources, stability, self value, and worth and possessions. Is there something completing here in regards to your physical world? Are you culling or removing things from your personal space due to personal experiences? Or are you ready to anchor in more and bring in more resources for yourself? This might be the time when you're trying to balance out what it is that you find worthy and what is not, for your experience moving forward. Enjoy that lunation, Leo. This is all about leveling up when it comes to the self and self value. Cancer, this lunation's occurring in your third house. Is there something on with your family, your siblings, or even your cousins, people that you consider family? There might be some changes here in regards to people moving around locations, moving towns, or you might be aware that you're ready to level up when it comes to your communication and technology devices? Are you looking at something in regards to writing or communicating something to the world? Is there something that you have now successfully completed? You have now signed the dotted line in regards to a red tape situation or a deal that you've been considering. This might be the time where it actually happens, or you might be moving on from something that isn't actually coming into your experience, and you realize that now's maybe not the time for you to sign on the dotted line or possibly engage with something that's going on in your local community or environment in regards to family and siblings, cousins, etc. So this lunation is a time of checking in on what do I possibly need to drop from distraction wise so I can concentrate on what's more in line with me in regards to freeing myself up for movement and clearer thinking moving forward. Gemini, this lunation is occurring in your fourth house of home and family and what you find safe, secure, and stable. Is there something here that is out of balance? Is there something occurring that might be the ending of a cycle in your family unit or in your home? Are you brushing up on renovations? Are you looking at relocating home altogether? This may be the time where things are quite loud for you in regards to something that's come to a completion or a culmination, and you may be now moving on to a whole new family dynamic or a whole new residence within itself. There could be some costs involved or finances involved with family, home, and your grassroots. Enjoy that lunation, Gemini. Taurus, this lunation's occurring in your fifth house. Is there something that maybe you are really aware of in regards to when it comes to your children, your sports, or something in regards to your finances and investments? Is there something now with being coming back to you in tangible results with an investment is now paying off, or even possibly children or a pregnancy? Something is now come out on the world stage for everyone to see. It's a very public space, the fifth house, because it's all about fun and being seen in the world. So you may be possibly moving back or retracting from the public, or you might be looking at more anchoring into having fun, being with your children, or concentrating on investments. But this lunation for you, Taurus, is all about having fun, and the lunation could be highlighting where you might need to let go of some sort of commitments that may be holding you back, and you are ready to now start a new journey in regards to finances, children, sport, and feeling like you need to have fun again. Enjoy that lunation, Taurus. And finally, we get to Aries. Aries, this lunation is occurring in your sixth house. So this is to do with pets, your diet, also to do with your work, your daily routines, health, and food. So this could be a really loud, very obvious moment for you, Aries, where your health or hygiene or your physical appearance is getting a recheck, a recalibration here, something that you'd like to now acknowledge that you're ready to graduate and move on from, and possibly having a whole new start in regards to your everyday existence. Enjoy that lunation, Aries. So that's the end of the lunation for all signs for this month. I hope you have a fabulous full moon in Virgo, and I look forward to the comments in the description box below and any interaction that you'd like to put put on the table. We're all a community here. I look forward to doing that with you as well and interacting. Thanks again for tuning in. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.